Once upon a time, in a messy bedroom, a boy named Cartman was feeling very bored and grumbled about not finding anything fun to watch on TV. Suddenly, he spotted something shiny outside and exclaimed with excitement, rushing to the door to check it out. When he reached the treasure chest, he found it was locked and felt frustrated, but then he remembered his giant key and smirked, thinking it would be the perfect solution. As Cartman unlocked the chest and opened it, his eyes widened in amazement at the sight of glittering gold coins and sparkling jewels, and he couldn't help but laugh with joy. But suddenly, a small talking squirrel in a pirate hat popped up and claimed the treasure, causing Cartman to glare at him in disbelief. The squirrel warned him that the treasure belonged to Captain Nuttybeard, and while Cartman scoffed at the idea, he continued stuffing his pockets with the gold. Suddenly, a swarm of tiny pirate squirrels appeared, chasing Cartman, who screamed in fear, realizing he was in for a wild adventure. As he stumbled and fell into the dirt, the squirrels closed in on him, and the pirate squirrel smirked, declaring that stealing from Captain Nuttybeard had consequences. In a moment of clever thinking, Cartman noticed a garden hose and hatched a plan to spray the squirrels with water, making them scatter in all directions. With a laugh of victory, Cartman snatched the treasure chest and dashed back into his house, slamming the door behind him to escape the chaos. Once inside, he locked the chest away in his closet and smiled to himself, feeling triumphant after his wild adventure. Suddenly, he heard a knock at the door. It was his mom, and Cartman felt nervous as she questioned him about all the noise and his wet clothes. Trying to avoid trouble, Cartman insisted it was just outside play, desperately hiding the gold coins while his mom kept a watchful eye on him. Later that night, as Cartman counted his treasure with a smile, he heard a knock at the window and was shocked to see the squirrel in a tiny boat. The squirrel shouted that this wasn't the end, sailing away into the night while Cartman rolled his eyes, wondering if he would ever be free from the pirate squirrel's antics. As Cartman lay in bed, he stared at the ceiling, feeling a mix of confusion and excitement, wondering if tomorrow would bring new adventures. The next morning, with the sun shining brightly, Cartman woke up feeling determined, ready to face whatever adventures awaited him. He rushed to the window to peek outside, spotting the group of curious squirrels in pirate hats watching him from a nearby tree. With a mischievous grin, Cartman began to plot his next move, while the squirrels whispered and pointed, planning their response to the treasure thief. Cartman quietly sneaked out of the house, filled with determination, just as the squirrels leaped down from the tree, preparing for an epic showdown. In the backyard, Cartman and the squirrels faced each other, ready for a playful battle, with Cartman brandishing a toy sword and the squirrels holding their tiny wooden swords. With a goofy battle cry, Cartman charged forward, while the squirrels stood their ground, forming a cute but fierce line ready to defend their treasure. As they playfully clashed in a mock battle, laughter filled the air, with squirrels sneaking around Cartman, trying to distract him with their silly antics. Cartman stumbled and fell onto the grass, bursting into laughter as the squirrels gathered around him, deciding to share the treasure in a newfound friendship. Sitting cross-legged on the grass, Cartman smiled and chatted with the squirrels as they joyfully played and grabbed some of the treasure from the open chest. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow, Cartman and the squirrels posed together for a funny picture, all wearing huge smiles, celebrating their new friendship. With a wave goodbye, Cartman watched as the squirrels happily returned to their tree with some of the treasure, filling the backyard with a magical golden light. As he walked back inside the house with a big smile, Cartman felt happy about his adventure, glancing back at the treasure chest that was now partially empty but still sparkling with treasure. Lying in bed that night, Cartman smiled as he reminisced about the day's exciting adventures, feeling grateful for his new squirrel friends. As he drifted off to sleep, a peaceful expression crossed his face, and a dream bubble appeared, showing him playing joyfully with the squirrels in a magical treasure-filled land. In his dream, Cartman found himself in a bright, colorful world where he and the squirrels celebrated together, surrounded by sparkling treasure and joyful laughter. Cartman and the squirrels danced in a joyful circle beneath a bright rainbow, making the magical atmosphere even more delightful and filled with fun. At a gigantic table piled high with delicious snacks and treasures, Cartman and the squirrels feasted together, enjoying the whimsical ambiance of the glowing dream world. In a joyful toast, Cartman and the squirrels raised their tiny cups filled with colorful juice, while playful stars twinkled in the sky above them, adding to the enchantment. Cartman laughed and played hide-and-seek with the squirrels among the sparkling treasures, surrounded by vibrant flowers and glowing butterflies fluttering all around. As the sun set beautifully in the dream world, casting a warm glow, Cartman sat on a treasure chest, smiling contentedly and savoring every magical moment with his new friends. Slowly waking up in the morning light, Cartman felt a big smile spread across his face as sunlight streamed through the window, filling his room with warmth. Jumping out of bed with excitement, Cartman was eager to share the magical adventure he had dreamed about, feeling inspired by the remnants of his adventurous spirit in his room. Cartman raced to the kitchen, joyfully sharing his dream with his mom, while a colorful drawing of the treasure chest and squirrels he created hung proudly on the fridge. With animated gestures, Cartman excitedly recounted his dream adventure with the squirrels, and his mom listened with a smile, thoroughly amused by his vivid storytelling. Feeling inspired for another adventure, Cartman headed outside with determination, eager to see what his backyard had in store for him, where the treasure chest still gleamed under the sun. As he explored the backyard with a magnifying glass, searching for hidden clues, a group of friendly squirrels watched from a distance, their curiosity piqued by his antics. Suddenly, Cartman stumbled upon a hidden map in the grass, and his face lit up with excitement as the curious squirrels gathered around him, eager to see what he had discovered.